Oh, why, hello there. How nice of you to join me. I don't have time for an intro today. We have 4 guitars to look at, so we need to get into it. As you can see, there's a stack of guitars here to open up and to go over. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna open these up. We'll go over the specs. I will go over like the deep specs on the bench. We'll like set them up, and then I will give you sound demos and everything. And then yeah, that's what, you know how this works. Let's just grab these guys and start going in here. Here is the first guitar. I actually bought this one when I visited Guitar Center for that 𝗦𝗦liche video. If you guys saw that, I mentioned that I bought a guitar, but I never told you what it was. Well, it was this one. And the reason that I bought it was because it kept selling out, and I was afraid that, you know, it would sell out before I can make this video. This is the Epiphone '80s Explorer. They might as well call it the James Hetfield signature, but it's not a James Hetfield signature. It low-key is though, I guess. This is the Epiphone inspired by Gibson '80s Explorer in classic white. It is a mahogany guitar with a set mahogany neck. It has a gloss polyurethane finish. The neck shape has the '60s slim taper C profile with a rosewood fingerboard that has a 12-inch radius and 22 frets. The scale length is 24 3/4 inches. We have a lock tone 𝗏 bridge, and the thing that makes this Explorer kind of special, an EMG 81 and 60 set. That's an 81 in the bridge and a 60 in the neck. 2 volume pots, 1 tone pot, a 3-way toggle pickup switch, which has been relocated down by the volume knobs instead of on the horn. And it comes with what I would call a pretty decent gig bag. I feel like I need to mention that because it's so uncommon anymore. And all of that guitar comes in at $899. By the way, if I haven't mentioned it at this point in the video yet, this video is brought to you by Guitar Center, who sent me all of these guitars besides this one that I bought and walked out of the store with. You get the point. So if you use the link down in the description below, it greatly helps this channel at no additional cost to you. Let's put this back in its gig bag. It comes with one. It's actually a pretty nice gig bag too. I've seen way worse gig bags on much more expensive guitars. So let's check out the next one. Whoa, this one has a hard case. This is the, that's a lot of packaging on in here. But you can see the guitar here. This is the I'm gonna mess this up.
Fatoumata Diawara.
Fatoumata Diawara. I'm so sorry if that's not how you pronounce their name. This is the Fatoumata Diawara signature in Ember Red. And if you are into guitars with loud graphics or paint jobs, this is definitely one for you. This SG has a mahogany body and a set mahogany neck. The fretboard is made out of rosewood. It has a 12-inch radius with pearloid trapezoid inlays. It has 22 frets and a scale length of 24 3/4 inches. On this guitar, we also have a lock tone 𝗏 bridge. This guitar also comes with Epiphone Deluxe locking tuners. For the electronics, we have Epiphone 𝗦𝗍 Classic Pro humbuckers in the bridge and the neck. On the control end, we have 2 volume knobs, 2 tone knobs, and a 3-way toggle switch. And of course, this comes with a hard shell case like you saw, and all of that guitar comes in at only $699. Like, dude, that's kind of crazy, man. $699 and you get a hard case. Locking tuners and a nice hard case for $700 is, it's a pretty good deal, it feels like. But we'll get into this more here in a minute. Let's look at the next guitar. It's crazy to me that all these guitars come with gig bags and hard cases and stuff, and they're $100,000. Okay, this one's kind of cool. Here we go. This is a Les Paul Special double cut. And you know, the paint job on this looks really nice in person. It's like the blueberry burst or something like that, I think. It's just, read the specs. This is the Epiphone Les Paul Special double cut. Like the others, it is a mahogany guitar with a set mahogany neck. The finish on this guitar is gloss polyurethane. The neck shape has Gibson's '60s slim taper profile. The fingerboard is made out of rosewood. It has a 12-inch radius. It has 22 frets and a scale length of 24 3/4 inches. The same lock tone 𝗏 bridge, but this one comes with Grover tuners. On the electronics end, we have Epiphone ProBucker humbuckers in both the neck and the bridge. 2 volume knobs, 2 tone knobs, a 3-way toggle switch, pretty similar to the other guitars in this video. And like you saw, it does come with a gig bag, and you get all of that guitar for $599. The '60s slim taper is probably my preferred neck profile out of all of the Gibson or Epiphone guitars that I've tried. $599 with a gig bag? It's not bad. Okay, let's move on to the last one. Also in a gig bag, FYI. Oh shit, it's not the guitar I thought it was gonna be. Wow, this guitar feels like a statement. Look at that, dude. This is an Epiphone Firebird in wine red. It is a mahogany guitar with a 9-ply mahogany and walnut neck through design. The neck profile is listed as slim taper C, but it feels a little bit chonky to me. We will find out for sure when we get it up on the bench. It has a 24 3/4 inch scale length with 22 medium jumbo frets. The fingerboard material is made out of rosewood with what I'm assuming is a 12-inch radius. I don't see a spec for that on here. With pearloid trapezoid inlays. On the electronics end, we have ProBucker 𝗦𝗍 Firebird pickups in both the bridge and the neck positions. Those can be controlled by the 2 volume and 2 tone pots and the 3-way toggle selector. On this guitar, we have the same lock tone 𝗏 bridge, but we have Grover mini rotomatic tuners. And like you saw, this comes with a gig bag, and it comes in at $799 or there's one open box on Guitar Center right now if you snag it, it's 703.12. To be honest with you, the Firebird shape has never been my thing, but I know a lot of you guys like this sort of stuff, and you think it would be, like, it's kind of an extreme shape, right? I don't know, something about the Firebird reminds me of the same aesthetic of driving like a big old Cadillac with rims or something, and neither one of those things really ever appealed to me personally. But you know, it doesn't matter whether it appeals to me or not. Like, does it appeal to you? You know? Do you like this shape? I mean, it's a pretty unique guitar. Okay, so we're gonna go through these guitars one at a time. I will get them up on the bench. We'll get some more detailed measurements and specifications out of them, and then I'll demo them and you guys can hear them, you know? You know, I'll tune it too, yeah. Okay, so the Firebird, despite being a relatively large guitar, only weighs 7 pounds and 11 ounces. If you look at it here, it's a pretty thin guitar. We are 1.31 inches thick, which is like 33.4546 millimeters, somewhere in there. Now, obviously, it is wider down the middle, and it is a neck-through guitar, so that big centerpiece is a little bit thicker, and we do have a decently sized belly carve here as well, so that's where some of that weight went. And just FYI, I'm doing these guitars in no particular order. If there's one you specifically want to see, check the chapters below. I will timestamp them. Just seems pretty light for a large guitar. Let's get the strings off. And here we go, again, Epiphone USA pickups. Obviously, these are mini humbuckers. You can see here with this being a neck-through guitar, there's not really anything to look at in the pickup cavities here. We have a QR code here, but I know you guys want to see that anyways. Let's get the measurements on the neck and the pickups. Okay, we don't have any push-pull pots here. Also keep in mind that these are mini humbuckers, so you know, if you did not like the sound of these pickups, your options for replacing them are limited, even though there are more options now. You don't have as many options as you would with a full-size humbucker, and if you did want to put full-size humbuckers in this, you would have to route out the cavities a little bit more, so a little bit more work than just swapping the pickups, okay? At the bridge, we're at 7.69. At the neck, we're also, well, 7.68. It's basically the same thing. And then in the middle, that gives us 3.85. We have a width of 43, almost 43 millimeters on the nose. It's like 43.08 millimeters, or 1.69 inches. Then up here at the 12th fret, that widens to 52.82 millimeters, 2.08 inches. Thickness at the first fret, 20.83 millimeters, or 0.82 inches. And that thickens up to 25.37 millimeters, or 0.99 inches at the 12th fret. And here's the neck profile. Again, it's a C, not as thin as that double cut Les Paul, but you know, it's a pretty thin C profile. I also picked up one of these contour gauges when I was at Harbor Freight for the At the Gates video. Shout out to Trogly's channel. This is not my original idea. I just thought it was a cool thing he did. We use our fancy gauge here. That is the profile up at the first fret, and there's our profile up at the 12th fret. With the Firebird as well, we have what I would call a dark cut of rosewood. It looks really nice. This one doesn't really need any cleaning, but we're gonna go ahead and do it anyways. What's up, guys? Up first, we have the Firebird plugged in. I didn't do this in any particular order. I mean, maybe subconsciously I did. I don't know. Look at this guitar, man. You know, this is not my particular vibe, typically, but it's actually kind of fun to play. It is a very big guitar. The headstock on this guitar is just huge, but you know, surprisingly comfortable despite that. Where are my manners? Let me go over the signal chain real quick. I have the Epiphone Firebird plugged into this Bad Cat Hot Cat 50 because it's bad ass. I'm really enjoying this amp a lot. I've been playing it a lot lately. That is plugged into my one-of-a-kind homemade cabinet that I built. If you didn't see this, it's in the At the Gates video on my channel, or you can watch me finish this cabinet on my second YouTube channel. There's a link for that in the description. This cabinet currently has two 12-inch carnivores and two retro 10s, so that's what you're hearing. Now, from the factory, I didn't have to adjust the necks on any of these guitars. These guitars were all set up really well. They just had kind of high action, so I did drop the action on all the guitars. That might be like a factory spec thing. I'm not really sure, but it was the case with all of these guitars. But despite that, everything else is really great about the fit and finish of this guitar. It plays really nice. It sounds really good. I don't think that the mini humbuckers are my favorite. This is only my second experience playing a guitar with mini humbuckers, but these are very bright. It's a little bit much in the top end, but you know, who cares what I like? Do you like that sort of thing? That's what's important. One of the things that I like about using this amp for demos is it has an immaculate clean channel. It's got a really like bright, chimey, glassy clean channel. Here's the bridge. They're very trebly. They're very, you know, at vintage, I guess sounding would be appropriate here. Let's go to the neck and see if it's the same thing there. Ooh, this has a lot more low end. And we don't have any push pulleys going on here. Oh, I guess we can check out the middle though, right? Let's go back to the chungus here. Okay, if you can't tell by looking at this guitar, it's a very rock and roll guitar. We're not really getting into like the high gain ultra chungus territory. You'd have to modify it to do that, you know, in my opinion. But you know, it's cool. It's cool looking. If this is your vibe, if you like this aesthetic, you know, I think it is a very bold one. And for those of you that want to hear it through a free plugin, we'll do that now. We'll throw up what I'm using on the screen because I actually don't know at this exact moment. But yeah, here you go. Okay, there you go. We have a lot of guitars to get through. Moving on. Okay, next up we have the double cut Les Paul. Let's weigh this thing here because it feels like a little weighty boy. We're at 7 pounds, 10 ounces. You know, so it's not heavy. It's not like a Les Paul or anything. But I don't know. I guess I was just expecting this to be a little bit lighter for some reason. Okay, let's get some measurements here. Okay, and again, we have Epiphone USA pickups. Here are the pickup cavities. There's the QR code. On this one, you can actually see the neck tendon in there. So it kind of gives you an idea for the other guitars what it would look like if you could see underneath the paint. You know, it's not the tightest fitting neck tendon in the world. There's a lot of space up here, but it is really tight on the sides. Does that matter? I don't know. You tell me in the comments what you think about that. Let's get some measurements on these guys here. Okay, so up here on the bridge, we're at 8.27. At the neck, we're at 7.81, which gives us 4.02 in the middle. Neato. And moving on to the neck, we're 42.85 millimeters or 1.68 inches at the nut. And we're at 53.15 millimeters or 2.09 inches at the 12th fret. Neck thickness at the first fret is 20.44 millimeters or 0.80 inches. And we're at 23.52 millimeters or 0.92 inches at the 12th fret. And in terms of the neck profile here, this is what it looks like up at the first fret. And here's what it looks like up at the 12th fret. Pretty medium cut of rosewood here in terms of its darkness, but still pretty good looking. I like the streaking in it. Does need to be cleaned a little bit though. This is not uncommon from the factory. Sometimes they just come in there a little dusty, you know, a little dirty. Also, we have some plastic shavings from the nut stuck in here. We'll clean those out. Okay, now we have the double cut Les Paul. I really like the finish on this guitar. You know, I didn't think I would like blue. If I'm being real with you. I mean, if you guys watch the channel, you know I play almost exclusively matte black guitars. But I like this one. I think it looks really nice. It plays really, really nice too. Balance on the leg is a little weird. It feels like it's shifted this way a little far. Like I want it to be here, but it's here. But you know, it's an adjustment. I'm sure I can play it like this too, right? Like a classical boy. Better over here. The humbuckers are definitely giving me more of what I'm expecting out of this amplifier, but you know, like always, let's go to a clean channel, and that way we can hear the pickups, you know, for all you weirdos that like to hear clean sounds. Here is the bridge. Here's the neck. And here's the middle. So there you go, definitely a lot warmer than the Firebird, which is kind of surprising since the Firebird is a neck through guitar. You would think that that guitar would be a little bit warmer and more sustaining, but I think kind of it comes down to the pickups. Still really snappy though and mid-rangey. Let's go back to some chungies. Okay, and lastly, we'll do the free plugin for those of you who, you know who you are. I will say that this guitar is a lot, it's like snappier under the fingers a little bit. That might have something to do with the setup, might not be, might just be the guitar, but it does feel and like sound acoustically, you know, just like a little bit snappier. And this neck definitely feels the thinnest and the shreddiest out of all of them. Take that all with a grain of salt. I mean, you guys saw the measure. I don't really remember what the measurements were, but you know, these are just things. These are just observations. It feels really good in the hands though. This one is a really nice one to play. I like this a lot. Let's move on to the next guitar. But for those of you that hate when I cut the strings in slow motion, we're gonna salvage these ones. It's going back and I'm running low on strings, so, you know, we'll do everything else, okay? And the weight here on the SG is 6 pounds, 15.9 ounces. Okay, so this does have the Loctite bridge and tailpiece, and you can see here, maybe, my camera will focus on this, you can see these little pins, and what that does, if you're not familiar, is normally these bridges just fall out when you take the strings off, but in the case of the Loctite, they will actually stay on here until you intentionally remove them. Same thing here with the bridge. It's not just falling out here. Not a super necessary feature, but it is a nice quality of life upgrade. Let's get a close-up look here. You can see the rosewood is actually very nice and dark. It still has some red hue to it, but it's much darker than a lot of other rosewood cuts that I've seen. It does need to be cleaned and polished a little bit though. Here's the pickup rings, and then this part covers the cavity where the neck tendon is. We'll pull these pickups out real quick so you can see underneath them. But you know, everything else is pretty good. We have a push-pull right here. Okay, wow. 3 push-pulls. Or is this one? Yeah, that's not a push-pull. So we're gonna have a lot of different voicings to go over in the demo. And for all of you POV fetishists, here is the underside of the pickups. Like you can see, they are Epiphone pickups. There's the model number right there. We do not have a lot of room with the wiring on this one right here, so I can't actually flip it all the way over. And underneath here, there's actually no cavity where you can see the neck tendon, so that is a stylistic choice to put that there. And even in the pocket here, you can't really see the neck tendon. We can sort of see it under the paint here, but yeah, just kind of interesting. QR code under our bridge pickup. Let's put these back in and get some measurements. Get the neck measurements here. We are 21.66 millimeters or 0.85 inches at the first fret. Up here at the 12th fret, we're at 24.39 millimeters, which comes out to 0.96 inches. At the nut, we're about 41.5 millimeters or 1.63 inches. And at the 12th, we're at 52.08 millimeters or 2.05 inches. That's what it looks like at the first fret. And that's about what it looks like at the 12th fret. This is a neat tool. I'll start doing that more and see what our resistance is like on these pickups in all of the different configurations. Okay, so this must be a coil tap for the bridge, and this is a coil tap for the neck, and then this is something else. Okay, so on the bridge, we're at 7.83. The neck, we're at 7.42, which puts us at 3.81 in the middle. If we do the coil tap on the bridge, that puts us at 3.96, which gives us a middle reading of 2.58. If we pull the switch out on the neck, we're at 3.73, which gives us a middle reading of 2.53. And if we pull both of them out in the middle, we're at 1.92. Interested to hear what that sounds like. I didn't see anything about the switching in the description. Okay, I'm gonna clean the neck, put the strings on, tune it, make sure everything is adjusted correctly. If I find anything, I'll let you know, and if not, we'll just get into the demo. Now we have the SG. This guitar plays really, really well, and if you've never played an SG, one of my favorite things about them is you get all the way up. The upper fret access is great. Sounds cool. Let's go to the clean channel for the pickup sounds. Here's the bridge. Here's the coil split on the bridge. Here's the neck. The neck with the coil split. Okay, so this knob is for phase switching. Both humbuckers are in full output mode. Coil split on the bridge. Coil split on the neck. Coil split on both. Phase invert. Let's go coil split on the bridge, phase invert on. Vice versa, phase invert still on. There's a crazy amount of tonal variation with these controls here. But yeah, let's go back to the chunga-bunga tones, because that's what I do, you know, if you aren't aware. This guitar is everything I like about an SG. It's very chunky sounding. It feels really good to play. The body's very thin. The neck feels pretty good. Like, it doesn't feel quite on par with the double cutaway. It's a little bit thicker than that, but it's still very comfortable in the hands. I don't know if this paint job is necessarily something that I would be into personally, but you know, if you are, cool, man, that kicks ass for you. Tonal variation in these electronics, that's really cool. And the fact that you get a hard case with this, it's like, it feels like a pretty good deal. Let's do the free plugin real quick here. Okay, there you go. Let's get to the last guitar in this list. Personally, the one I'm looking forward to the most, the 80s Explorer. And now finally, the guitar that you've all been waiting for, I've been waiting for at least, the Epiphone 80s Explorer. With the EMGs, man, look at this fucking metal, dude. I did decide to just reuse the strings on this guitar because while this isn't necessarily a comparison video, I'm just trying to show you some details on some guitars that I think are pretty cool. I just didn't feel like it was fair. I don't know if that makes sense to anyone besides me, but let's go ahead and get the strings off this guy and do all the things that you know we're gonna do because you just saw me do it a bunch. Okay. Weight here on the 80s Explorer is 8 pounds, 3.6 ounces. All right, pickups are out. and they are indeed an 81 in the bridge and a 60 in the neck. You know, EMGs, if you're not familiar, have these cool quick neck systems, which is, I was able to pull these out so easily. And here's what the pickup cavities look like. We're totally painted on the neck pickup cavity. And we have our QR code in there where it says Explorer 80s in the bridge pickup cavity. The nice thing about the EMG quick connect system is if you wanted to put in different EMGs as well, you can just swap them out. It's very, very easy to do. Like maybe you don't want a 60 in the neck, maybe you want an 85 or another 81 in the neck. It's pretty easy to swap that out. And these being EMGs, if you're a regular viewer of this channel, probably these readings aren't going to be a surprise to you at all. This actually is a little bit surprising to me. Okay, well, whatever. We're 21.7 at the bridge, 22.3 at the neck, and 11, exactly 11, in the middle. Okay, I didn't think it was gonna be that high actually, so I am a little bit surprised by that. We don't have any push pull pots or anything like that. And the other thing I would say is that I did buy this from a Guitar Center store, so you know, I don't know if they ship with batteries or not. So if you get one and you're not familiar with EMGs and you plug it in and you're like, why is nothing happening? Make sure it has a battery in it, because they do take 9-volt batteries, okay? All right, let's measure the neck. Okay, for width of the nut, we are at 42.77 millimeters, or 1.68 inches, and that widens to 52.98, call it 53 millimeters, or 2.08 inches at the 12th fret. And I'm really curious to see the thickness on this one, because this one feels the best to me out of all of them. 20.28 at the first fret, which translates to 0.79 inches. Okay, just as I suspected, it's very thin, maybe not as thin as I thought it would be, but you know, really close, within the margin of error. And then up here at the 12th fret, 24.74 millimeters, or 0.97 inches. So not the most insane thin neck ever, but definitely in line with all of their other slim taper necks. Here is the neck profile, insanely hard to see with the white paint, but you know, it's just like the other ones. It's like a C-ish profile. So this is the profile up at the first fret, and this is the profile closer to the 12th fret. Okay, I'm gonna put the strings on and intonate it, and then we'll get to demoing it. All right, I had to do it for at least a second, but I'm not gonna be playing Metallica riffs here. If you wanna hear a bunch of Metallica riffs, my homie Jamie Slays made a video on just this guitar, you know, and he's a Metallica super fan, so I'm sure he's playing a lot of Metallica riffs on it. So go check that out if you wanna hear Metallica riffs. I'm just gonna stick to my riffs here. I am much more at home on a guitar with EMGs in it, but this rig is definitely missing something for me, so let's take care of that now. This rig needs some more Satan. Hell yeah, dude, there we go. This is the Devil from my company, Obsidian Audio. It is a tube screamer on steroids with a built-in noise gate. If you are interested in that, there's more information down in the description. But yeah, we're in like full metal territory now. Turn this guy off and go to a clean channel here. So if you're interested in that, here is the bridge. Here's the neck. And the middle. Let's go back to the Chunga Bunga. This guitar is so much fun to play, man. Let's do the free plugin, then I'll give you my thoughts on it. Okay, man, like I said, this guitar is a lot of fun to play. It feels great. I love the way the neck feels. This neck feels... It's tied. It's tied for first best. The double cut Les Paul felt really good in the hands. I think that this neck feels just as good. The slim taper profile is a really great profile if you haven't played one. I like how dark the rosewood is on this guitar as well. Now this might vary between different guitars. I'm not really sure, but on this one that I have in particular, it is very dark. EMG 8160 set. I prefer 8185, but 8160 is totally cool. I like this a lot. The one issue with the EMGs though, they were nice enough to put this battery door on the back, but if I'm being real with you, the battery door kind of sucks. It was just a little bit fickle to get it open and closed. I don't even have enough cable here to really pull this out, but the top that connects to the 9-volt battery, it crushes it down a little bit, and it just kind of gets stuck. Once I finagled with it a little bit, it was fine, but you know, this ribbon is also like getting caught in the door. And it's cool that it has the ribbon so that you can pull the battery out easily, but man, it is like such a pain in the ass to get that ribbon to stay underneath the door when you try to close it. I think that's the best I can do right there. Yeah, it's a small thing, but it is a thing. The other thing is, I'm not a huge fan of these tuners. They just feel like kind of, you know, cheap import tuners. I would really like it if they had the mini Grovers on here like they do with a lot of their other models. I mean, it is what it is though, man. It's still a badass guitar. Yeah, all right, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for being here with me. Special thank you to Guitar Center for making this video possible. If you liked it, make sure to do the things so that YouTube knows that you liked it. If you really like what I do here on this channel, you can join these wonderful human beings over here on Patreon where you get behind the scenes access, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.